Hello, Immortal Misfit Nation. We're back with the final game of the night. This game recently came out last week. It's called Star Trek Resurgence. Based off of the it's a game series based off the popular Star Trek series. This game has quite a few Telltale Games alumni working on it. As you can see, I've already played the first few hours. Let's actually wait until someone actually comes on so I can play it. Don't want anyone left out. Okay, let's get started. Hold up, let me see if y'all can hear my voice. I think we waited long enough. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can skip. Hello. Okay, let's just get started. Begin.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't
this has
letting
a lot
this
of
unprecedented ion storm
Telltale
slow them down.
alumni, such as what's his Cat Muddle.
They're
I
ready
think
for
he worked
something different.
on
I know I am.
Telltale series,
Perhaps
Walking
more than
Dead,
any of them.
Jesse McCabe, the art,
Fortunately,
and Jared
nothing
Emerson
ever stays
Johnson
the
for the
same.
music.
It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
So expect the
Our new
see,
first
there we
officer
go.
is en route to the Resolute.
So I'll take it he's not going
Jara
to be working on
Rydick.
the newest Telltale games that are
No,
coming
she'll
out.
bring a
He's
welcome
working
dose
on this
of new
game with a
blood
different
to the
company.
crew.
The name of this company is called Genetic Labs. You can find them on what's the word? Twitter.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try.
Based on characters, based on Gene Roddenberry. I admit I've never actually watched Star Trek, but
Sorry,
I've seen
I'm a little
what's that
anxious.
show?
I
Gene
hadn't noticed.
Roddenberry's Earth
I'm on my way to my first
Earth's
assignment.
Final Conflict.
When we get
I've
to the
seen that.
starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
But I don't remember a damn episode about that show. If it was a show,
Won't
maybe
be
I'm just
easy for
imagining
Jara to
things.
step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Did Gene Roddenberry work on not Star Trek, the Stargate also? Or is it a different person? I played a few hours of this game. Standard Telltale type of game. You walk around, you pick stuff, but do it with
A
the art trigger
starbase on the
instead of
very
A
edge of
now
Federation space.
to interact with stuff.
Long way from home now.
There are puzzles in this game, so this game has more gameplay than the older Telltale games.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
I admit, I've seen
Maybe
the
you've
other
heard of the Torvalin
Star
test?
Trek series.
Sounds familiar.
What the hell was
It's a
that
tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway,
one?
I finished in the
second
top
series, I
20.
think? Wait, or was it the third?
Not just in my
next
class.
generation? No, it wasn't next generation.
I
It was
mean,
something else.
all time. In the history of the Academy. So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
This game is about
Thank you.
9 hours long.
It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
I actually look forward to this game because we need a
Please
good
place your hand here.
Telltale type of series until
Hold it there for
the
a few
Expanse
seconds.
come out next month.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground, so to speak.
The pleasure's mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
So I
See you
don't
on the
know
Resolute.
about half of the alien races in this game's series, so this should be fun. Except what Spock is. What do you Klingon? No, he's not a Klingon. The hell is? Sorry, my Star Trek knowledge
Good day, Commander.
pretty much ends in like the early 2000s.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian.
He's
So I'm
in
looking
this
for someone
direction.
with blue skin. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
I've actually never talked to this dude
Huh,
the
you're
first time I
right.
played it.
Nerves must be getting to me. Thanks so much, Commander.
See, he's not right there. He's the net. He should be in that direction. He's right there. Well, we're actually going to explore a little bit.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Hey,
I'll replicate myself a
gonna get
meal
the-
once I'm on board.
telltale walk, hands on hips walk animation? No, probably not. Made by different people.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks. Excuse me.
See, that's something new you don't see in games. When you walk past people, instead of pushing past them or walking into them, you actually say, excuse me. Early Telltale games didn't do that.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
Dramatic Labs is a
From
new
everything
company,
I've
I
read
think.
and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Honestly, don't know if there's like a lot of people actually playing this game.
The USS Resurgence.
I know I've seen a few people on YouTube doing
She
it.
may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits.
The last
It
Star Trek
destabilized the
series I
dilithium,
watched, I
there was
think
a
it was a
runaway
dude from
reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher
Mike
resonant
Quantum Leap
frequency, but
starred in it.
it was
Dude's
more than
name
she
I
could
can't
handle.
remember. I think it was.
Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you.
Let me actually turn off this.
I'm so
AC
sorry for
and-
your loss.
Open my window. Maybe I
Thank
can get a
you.
little breeze.
It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
Were you hurt in the accident? In the equipment malfunction?
Nothing worse than the loss of so many. Listen, I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
We're not gonna make her a bitch.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotar.
See, this game tells you your impact of your choices, like right there at the bottom for each character. Which is actually pretty cool. Oh, damn, I spoiled the next character for you guys.
Region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
And the second character you're playing is. So pretty much doing the Tales from the Borderlands thing.
Stuck.
Where you're playing with two
Okay,
characters.
just to think.
Actually, had no idea what the plasma torch was. I just picked anything, but lucky for me, it tells you. Okay, you gotta get this in the middle. Keep this in the middle.
That... is that.
So I'm technically a newbie to Star Trek lore. Lower decks.
I thought that thing was
That
totally
remind me of
fried.
something I've never seen before.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Millie.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Hold up. Sorry, as far as I've played, no big crashes yet.
Engineer.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Etzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood.
4 hours today.
But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary.
There we go. What did I call
All that
him?
I require is that you do your job.
I called him a Klingon.
Right now, that
guys.
entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors
Vulcan,
show
that's what I
that
meant
these
to say.
disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders.
This game is a
Do
little
not
bit
delay.
slow in the beginning.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak.
It's not until like the
All
second
hands
hour
on deck.
that things get good.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak
Just
said.
character introduction.
You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
Now, you gotta have some faith, Nilly. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. as soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
Sorry that. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Or something like that. Don't remember how that goes.
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
And we're moving back to Jara. Said before, we're gonna keep this for about like an hour. Every time I play this game, I'll be playing it for like an hour. Is what that means.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
This game came out last week or 2 weeks ago.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at
This
home.
game doesn't look half bad, I tell you
And
what.
help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Okay, the replicator is where the story will continue.
He's still got a thing for trains. The warp engines of their day, apparently. We'll be out there soon. Going where no one has gone before. I can't believe he keeps this around. Don't even know where mine is.
Because to tell you the truth, I've been waiting like a while for Street Fighter 6, and I'm dumb tired. I only had like an hour of sleep. You know how when a game comes out and you're too excited to sleep? Well, yeah. Some odds
The
are
first
telling me, I'm
mineral
like, yeah, you
Captain
need to go to
Solano
sleep,
ever
bruh.
discovered.
So we'll only do like an
Always
hour
was
of
the
this.
nostalgic type. Can't wait to plot a course myself. Just a sip of something. Ractigino.
This would be some cool ass technology to have
That
now.
sure has a kick.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered
So
some
far,
damage.
Jara is my favorite character, so I'm going to be a little
Not
bit
nearly as much as the
biased
crew.
towards anyone else who isn't her.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it? No, that's just someone being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would
So
have
I'm
been the
50%
crowning
sure
achievement of
Stargate
my
has nothing to
career?
do with Gene Roddenberry.
Right there. Within our grasp.
So I'm going to move on from that.
Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
You're being too hard on yourself. It wasn't your fault.
It's not a question of blame. It's about responsibility. No matter what the circumstances. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest
Oh
to a
yes,
fault.
on
Good.
Xbox Series X,
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
PS5, this game.
But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note,
I mean, I don't see many people streaming
Starfleet
this
has
on
tasked
Twitch.
us with what they're calling a
Also,
mission
so,
of the highest
yeah.
priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations
If you haven't played this game or
now
seen
find
anyone play
themselves
this
on the
game,
brink of all-out war.
in a few parts we'll know
So
who the
it's a
senior diplomat
peacekeeping
is.
mission.
You guys
I
are gonna
see it
shit
as a
yourself.
golden opportunity to not only prove what the
When you
Resolute
see
and
who it
her
is.
crew are truly capable of, but also a mission
Trying
for
my
which
best
we're
not to spoil
uniquely
it.
qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggested several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record.
What is an
Total
ionic storm
anomaly like
anyway?
nothing we've seen before.
I'll look that up one
You'll
day.
never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed.
What is it with these
Where I
alien races
imagine
named
the
Chitari?
interference will be
Chitari,
exponentially
Hatari.
greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you. But I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew. Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
Hello, who are you?
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian.
Think I'm in love,
Looking
guys.
forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for
Although
quite
she
some
might
time.
be.
And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here.
That seemed like...
I'll be on the starbase.
That was kind of
I have an
harsh.
urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
It's okay, I checked this area before. There's actually nothing you can do. She'll just say, Jara will just explain what's going on. You know what? Fuck it. For you guys.
Impressive range of view. The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't
There
wait to
are
see what she
puzzles
can
in this
do.
game, and some of them are going to get annoying to people who don't like puzzles. Me, I'll try and beat them without getting, without raging.
Operations.
But no promises.
Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont. Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels. Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
Jinx.
Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later. Tactical holodais. Just like they've got on the Excelsior. The first officer seat. My seat. Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Okay, a spacewalk. Just what we need.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery.
Many times you want to get different
Don't you want
outcomes
more than that?
and have people, characters, different attitudes
I mean,
towards you.
Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
I'm gonna pick different choices this time.
I am more than that. And so are you. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
That does sound like a dream, though. I wish I could do something like that.
Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Okay, this actually took me a while to figure it out.
Beginning recalibration.
Basically gotta get that to this right here. The exclamation point to the middle. By holding the right stick in the direction and then holding RT until you get it in the middle. Since I'm dumb, it took me a while to figure it out actually.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen.
Gray
At the
means he
moment,
doesn't
I
have
can't tell you
an
if the
opinion
Resolute
on
will
you
shrug
at
it
all.
off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Oh yeah, this game has fail states in it. Like all games
We've got
like
a massive
this.
energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the ship.
Estimated time to impact, 2 minutes.
Red alert.
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization
There you
on
go.
screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down,
I might
we
have
can't take the
miscalculated on
direct
how
hit.
long it'll
Time
take
to
things to
impact,
go to
1
shit.
minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
We're gonna pick something different.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it. Optimal timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command. Now.
No, that was too early. We're...
Okay, I did not know that was a thing. Hey, we got a fail state though.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it. Optimal timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command.
Okay, what is it?
Now.
Okay, we could have this in the green.
We got it!
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
That can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuit?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to
think
stop
there's
the
a
EPS flow to the warp engine without
specific
triggering an
order
automatic
to
core
do these in.
shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Pretty self-explanatory. Switch them.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to
Is
disrupt
that
it with my
right for
phaser.
us? Okay, you can get another spell state here.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but...
Okay, you get
you know.
3 strikes here. See, 3 strikes.
Are you alright?
Yeah,
Strike 2.
so it took most of it. Snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
Now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Okay, another puzzle.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. EPS lines to the port
There we
warp
go.
engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can... Get down! Diaz to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us. Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
All right, Starbase, we're on it.
Acknowledged.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Chara?
Yes, sir. Disengaging the clamps.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there.
The captain made himself quite clear.
Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
What is the holdup?
God damn it.
We're going to blow the bolts. Starbase, stand by. We'll warn our crew to take cover.
Get it done, Rydek.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, you have more micro debris incoming. Find cover.
Cover? Neely, get under the access panel. It's armored with duranium.
But what about you? Carter, maybe we could both fit behind this. They've blown the other docking clamp. Hurry!
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Alright, keep that in the middle.
Look out!
I got you. Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now.
Okay, I have to pick a different choice than I did when I was playing
I'm at
this
the
solo.
auxiliary hatch.
So.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there!
You better be right behind me.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
Okay, we're gonna save the next checkpoint.
Carter!
And at the next checkpoint.
I'm okay. I'm okay. But that's a lot.
Here, let me help you. Medical. We've got one wounded at my location. Millie.
Oh, man.
We'll see you at sickbay.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts. But we've successfully moored to the station. The ship is secure. Our systems are coming back online, but we have a fair amount of repairs before we're ready to go.
Put a halt on the roll-off of Starbase engineering staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me. What a debacle. I was caught with my pants down. Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to... But you followed my order. I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
I did it because it was the right thing to do at the time. It's protocol for a reason.
That doesn't make this better, Jara. But you see my problem, don't you? They were all against me on that bridge. And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
I don't speak for anyone else. But you know I'm in your corner. You're my captain, and I'll stand behind you.
Well, it takes more than the two of us to run this ship, unfortunately. Oh. Drink?
Sure.
Okay. Early Telltale games would have just gave you the same option, but just different wording around it. Okay, that's cool.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland, is missed. But for all the adoration of the crew, including the senior staff, I just couldn't rely on him. He would question, undermine me in front of the crew. I sometimes think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing has a way of lingering. And you can't argue with a ghost.
Captain, perhaps you and the crew would be better served if you look at this mission as a fresh start.
You can never really leave the past behind.
If we don't, you can never move forward.
Now, this won't be easy. But I'm glad to have you here with me.
Glad to be here, Captain.
And despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir. All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar. That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me? Helm. Make way.
This is kind of an exciting moment in this game, not gonna lie.
Make way.
It's a sailing term.
I know that.
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look fine.
I'm guessing this is a thing in the show that happens to them. To have ones.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside!
That was a loud ass thud. I hope she's okay. But yeah, we're gonna end this for the night. 69 minutes. Sorry. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow we'll be back to our usual schedule, 3 different games. But yeah. So if you're watching this on Twitch, leave a follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of the gameplay and all that good shit. Follow the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. And next time we'll continue this game. It won't be tomorrow or the day after, but it will be next time because we actually have like a few other games to get through. But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm liking this game so far. It's fun. I haven't seen an episode of the show, but I'm pretty sure that it's similar to on the same point of the show. Whoever wrote this game is doing a really good job with it. It looks good. The graphics are good. Well, some people might not think the graphics are the best, but I like how they look and everything. But yeah, so anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day is for y'all. I'm out.